Okay, going forward, let's ask if the universe can give us something productive today. So I'm going to shuffle up the Citadel cards. We're going to look at the Starseed Healer, the Enchanted Map, the Star Codes, Astral, the Mystic Kingdoms Oracle deck, and a Tarot. Okay, so let's see what the overview of the question is today. I think I'll use one of the Dark Weave as well. So the Citadel is saying this is about the hunter. The hunter, sure-footedness, predestination, sure-footedness, and predestinations. Okay, so let's see what we have with that. Let me get this out of the way. Shuffle up this Dark Weave Tarot Oracle, and we're going to pull one from that and see what it says. These are a little difficult to shuffle, this deck. It's a larger deck, and the cardstock is very heavy, so shuffling them takes a bit. So we're going to see what comes out with that. If I can get this top card to let go here. It's about weakness. 5 of Pentacles. Weakness, being outside of the church into just this dynamic of the monetary realm, okay, etc. The predestination, the drama with all the stuff that's going on now. So let's see what else we have with this. Weakness, Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, being out in the cold. When it comes to the predestination, the sure-footed nature of it. Universal love, sending love, light, and healing. Okay. This is the focus where it should be, rather than on weakness, being out in the cold. Understanding predestination, sure-footedness. Again, not giving into fatalism, because a quantum. Remember that what you are holding in your mind, what you're putting out in the world in your expression of energy, is what quantum brings into manifestation. So do you want to go on the poor me saga, the fatalism, nothing's ever going to change, and that's what you want to bring into manifestation? Or are you going to go from universal love and wanting to make things for the better? Okay? So wide open. We have free will. Okay? So again, what direction are you going to go? We have free will. There are certain parameters that we work within, but we have free will to make changes within those parameters. Okay. So now this is a challenge point to make changes, to dig deep, to challenge yourself to see what's there. And the astrological thing is about, Uranus, change. It's about change. So what change are you going to bring in? Okay? Are you going to bring in the change of universal love? Holding to that? The predestination? What are you holding to? Universal love, or out in the cold and weakness? The choice is yours. It's wide open. So what are you seeking? What are you hunting? What are you assuredly going towards? Okay? What are you going towards? Which direction are you going? So let's shuffle these up, Mystic Kingdoms Oracle deck, and see what we have. So I vote for going forward to love, light, and healing. Healing this situation rather than going into this weakness and out in the cold and fatalism and I can't do anything. Well, you can't do anything if that's your mindset, if that's the energy you're putting out there, okay? Because that's, again, the way quantum works. It works on energy, okay? So let's see what we have. The reading's about prosperity. About prosperity. Now let me shuffle up these tarot. Prosperity. So what about prosperity? Okay, so it's about Queen of Wands. Your personal power that you're holding on to, okay? Prosperity, your personal power, and underneath of it is the light. The light on your personal power to bring in that prosperity, to hold to prosperity, rather than seeing what you don't have, see what you do have, okay? See the potential to go forward. So the energy coming into this is about, I need the top one here, is about pathfinding. The energy is about finding your path. What is your path? Give these a shuffle again real quick. What is your path? Pathfinding. Ten of Swords, things that need to be ended, okay? The truth coming out for the things that need to come to their conclusion. Underneath of it is the Queen of Swords. That fight for justice, that fight for truth, the divine feminine, okay? The pathfinding to end the things that need to be ended, to bring it to its conclusion through your personal power, holding on to power and moving that forward in whatever way you can, shedding light on, again, the truth, the internal truth, okay? So what's going on now? Okay, it's about having courage. Having the courage to stand up for what you need to stand up for, to shedding that light, opening doors, closing doors to what needs to take place. It's about democracy. It's about compassion. This is the card, you would say this is the card of Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus, compassion that was brought out into the world, okay? Having that light of compassion when it comes to that bringing forward those desires. Do you have the desires for compassion, for love, okay? For democracy, and having the courage to stand up for that. We need to continue to stand for democracy, love, compassion, the true things of the true teachings of spirituality versus what they're doing now with the evil angel churches where they're preaching, again, bowing down to the golden calf, basically, putting Trumpenstein on a pedestal. And that is what? In the end of it, that is what? Weakness. When you have to rely on the monetary things, you're relying on that type of thing outside of the church, bowing to the golden calf, it's a weakness. Okay? So let's see what the challenge is. The challenge is harmony. The challenge is bringing people together, bringing them to a higher mindset, to a higher understanding, and a higher awareness. So let's see what we have with that. when it comes to the fight for truth, moving things forward. Okay? The fight is truth. Okay? Underneath of it, when it comes to the harvest, okay? When it comes to the harvest of the things that are coming out in the world, it's about truth, the fight for truth, harmony, bringing in the true aspects of what Christ was teaching, what Yeshua ben Joseph was teaching, what Buddha was teaching, okay? When it comes to those giving light, okay? When it comes to those bringing light. And again, the hunter, the sure-footedness of predestination is what? The truth is going to win out. The light wins over the darkness. Okay, the darkness is what? Separation. All of darkness is based on separation. Okay, the light is inclusion. Okay, so are you going to go in the mindset of separation and darkness? Because that's what happens in the hell realms. What happens is they want nothing to do with God, and they are in that eternal darkness of drama, of that mindset. And that mindset is a hell realm within itself. Okay? There's no joy in that dark mindset. It's about greed, it's about power, and there's always somebody who's got more power and more than you have. So it is never a mindset of joy, empathy, love, compassion, and happiness, okay? That never lasts, that dark mindset. So let's see, the potential outcome is freedom. Freedom, the potential outcome of following the path of prosperity, finding the path, having courage, harmony is freedom, liberation. And that's what's taking place now. We have this change where the division is taking place. The darkness is going to one area and the light is going to another. That division is taking place. There is the higher awareness, higher energetic, or the lower energetic. And these two cannot last together for long. The darkness cannot understand the light. And so now we are having this division that's taking place. Okay? So freedom, when it comes to temperance, balance, emotional balance, okay? And underneath of it, when we're sharing with temperance in freedom what we have to share, okay? I'm going to pull one more and ask for extra information. Is there something else to be known of import? It's about empathy, okay? Empathy. It's not about hate. It's not about drama. It's about empathy. Doesn't mean you agree with what's been going on, but you see people that are in pain and acting out of pain. Okay, having empathy. When it comes to making your choices moving forward, taking action, the action should be from empathy and underneath of it for the world. Empathy for what the world is going through as we are making our choices and moving forward either to darkness or to light. Okay? Again, the parting of the way. We have now process of change, Uranus. And change sometimes is not easy. One of the main teachings that came out from Buddha is that people's pain is because of change. They don't want change, but change is always in motion. Okay? The only constant is change. Okay? And we are in the midst of change. And again, the change is universal love and healing versus the weakness of monetary, the drama that's happening. Now we have the Native Americans that say that, again, it's going two ways. Either way of love and compassion or the way of technology. Okay? Those of love and compassion will win out over the technology. Those that are in this realm of technology, when things fall apart, they really are upended, okay? They're really upended. So things at this point are wide open for you to make your choices, what direction you're going, what you're hunting, okay? What you're hunting, the sure-footedness and predestination is for this division to take place. Why? Because people have free will. You can choose love and compassion, etc., or you can choose to distance yourself from the light and be into ego drama, like what it says when it comes to Satan. He was the head of the heavenly choir, etc., the head of the music. And how did he fall and become Satan? How did he fall? Because he wanted the glory for himself. He went into ego drama, okay? Same thing, the Garden of Eden. What happened there? Well, they were there. They were unclothed. They had no shame, okay? And he told them not to eat from the tree in the middle of the garden of knowledge, okay? But they went ahead and decided, that was a good thing to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and what evil. All they knew at that time was the good, but they wanted to know the other side of it, okay? They wanted to have that knowledge. So what happened? They fell. And when they fell, what happened? They went into corporeal bodies. And their time was limited in their corporeal bodies, so they couldn't go too far off center, and that they could explore these things and find out the difference between good versus evil, these dynamics of polarizations, etc. Okay? So that's what it's about. This is a learning field that we are in. This is the school. This is the time, the place to challenge ourselves, to find out and have all of these experiences. And when you leave the form, you go on the other side, and then you have the life review. And you see everything you've done, how your interactions with others and how it affected them. Okay? So if you have done the beneficial things in life, the life review will be very easy. But if you have been a hate mongerer and done all of these dark things, then you have to feel everything that you put these other people through. You will feel it from their perspective. And that's a hell realm. Okay, that's a hell realm. You don't get out of anything. Okay, understand karma. You don't get out of anything. It's a learning experience. So on that note, I'll leave that here. What direction are you going? It's up to you. But understand quantum, again, what you bring into manifestation is what you are holding to mentally, physically, what you're putting out there energetically on a daily basis. And that's how things come into manifestation. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Hopefully somebody's gotten something of value from this, and we'll see you online.